Welcome to the video lecture series of Theory of Computation. Today we are going to learn about the introductory lecture for this Theory of Computation. I am your instructor Poonam Patel. Let's start to understand this. First of all, we need to understand why we are going to study about the theory of computation. So we can say that basically this theory of computation is a branch that deals with how the problems efficiently solved by the model of computation, and this model of computation are solve the problems using an algorithms. Basically this field is divided into three branches. First one, automata theory and languages, computability theory, and complexity theory, which is deal with the efficiency. First of all, what is automata theory? So we can say that automata is the study of abstract machine and automata, and this machine are self-acting machine. Now, what is the formal languages? So, this formal languages which is recognized by this automata machine. We can say that this automata is basically a self-acting machine. Now, next is, what is model of computation? So, model of computation. So, the name in the statement computation, it deals with the computability. So, we can say that it is the definition of the set of all allowable operation used in a computation and their respective cost. Now next, automata theory. Now in this theory of computation, the basic and important factor is automata theory, and this automata theory basically deals with the definition and properties of mathematical model of computation. It represents the mathematical model of computation. Example of such models are, what are that models? The first one is finite automata, the next one is push down automata, and the last, which is most powerful with the previous two, is Turing machine. Now next is, what is that? What are these models application? So first of all, application of finite automata. So what is finite automata? And well, today we are going to discuss about the only application. What is finite automata? How we can create that, we will discuss in the next videos. So what are the application of this finite automata? So we can say that the first example we can take text processing. Now, what is text processing? As we already know, in a text processing, the one text is given, and we need to find out whether the particular pattern is this particular string is containing or not. And this thing we can solve by the help of finite automata that we will study in the next videos. Okay, so this is the basic thing that we can say that in the text processing we can use the finite automata. Now next example for this application of finite automata is the lexical analyzer. Actually the lexical analyzer is the phase of compiler designing. Basically this is the important part of the compiler designing. What is lexical analyzer do? Lexical analyzer read the character from the source code, like in a C. You write the code, compile the code. If any error, compiler compile the code, and if any error occurs, it display the errors. So how it will do? So there is one phase in a compiler which is called the lexical analyzer, and this lexical analyzer we can use for the designing of lexical analyzer, we can use the finite automata. What is lexical analyzer do? Lexical analyzer read the character from the source code and generate the and tokens. If it is valid tokens, it does not generate the any errors, but if it is not a valid token, it generates the errors. And how it will do? It will do with the help of regular expressions and the pattern rules. Now next, application of push down automata. So what is push down automata? What this model do? So we can say that this model is provide a natural way of determining whether the syntax of the statement in the high programming language is correct. So basically it deals with the syntax of the statement. Let us take the example so you can get clear cut idea about it. Again, it will use to design the syntax analyzer in the compiler designing, which is called the parsing phase. Now what parser will do? So parser will take the take the output of lexical analyzer as an input, and with the help of grammar rules, it it identify and it check the syntax of the statement. If any errors, it will generate the errors. Otherwise, with the help of grammar, with the help of production rules, it generate the syntax tree, which is called the parse tree. So I hope it is clear to you. In the next point, what is the application of Turing machine? So we can say that it is the most powerful a machine which is called the abstract machine, which solve any problems by using the algorithms. Any algorithm I can develop by using the Turing machine, and it is most powerful than the push down automata and the finite automata. And this form is basically a simple abstract model for the real time computer, such as real computer, we can say that like desktop computer at home. Now the next point is this all these thing that I have discussed, which is automata theory part, automata theory and languages. Now next question is arise, what is computability? So computability, it deals with the computations. Now again question is arise, the basic concept, basic central question of this theory is what kind of question that can be solved by the computers, and what kind of problems that cannot be solved by the computers. So in the first half of century, we can say that the three mathematicians, the first one is Kurt Alonso, which discovered there are certain problems which cannot be solved by the computers. For the examples, can we determine whether the particular mathematical statement is true or false, like this? Now this computability theory basically deals with the classify the problems which are solvable and not solvable. So these are the basically theoretical concept of the computability theory. Now move on the next point, complexity theory. So the name suggests that complexity, what kind of problems, we can say that what makes the problems computationally hard and other problems easy. So we can say that these problems are easier problems and these problems are hard problems. For the example, let us take the easy problems. So suppose I want to sort a sequence of numbers like 1000, 1,000,000 numbers. Like we can say also arrange the numbers in ascending orders. So we can easily solve these questions by using the by using the computer. And for next example, suppose I want to search a name in a telephone directory. So these two problems are a very we can say that easy problem which we can efficiently solve we can efficiently solve. Now let us take the hard problems. So suppose I want to schedule a classes for the entire university which satisfy the some reasonable constraint. For the example, no two classes are arranged on the same class at the same time. So we can always remember scheduling of the all classes. So it will very hard problems, we can say that, to solve this to solve these problems. Now we can say we can take the next example, factoring the 300 digit integer into a prime into its 300 digit integer into its prime factors. We can say that this also the factoring of 300 digit integer, it also a very difficult task to factoring into its prime numbers. So we can say that the complexity theory is a very complexity theory we can deal with a hard and easier problem. So I hope it is clear to you. Thank you all.